to 35 miles per hour with highs only in the upper 60s and low 70s. We'll see sunshine. Overnight temperatures fall to the 40s and 50s. More sunshine expected for the rest of the week. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Hey, this is D. Riley from the 90s Hits R&B Jams. Make sure you listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday night from 7 until 9 p.m. I'll be giving you the best R&B jams from the 90s. That's right, all your favorites and more. With me, D. Riley, your host of the 90s Hits, right here on WBOK 1230 AM. Or listen online at WBOK1230.com. WBOK, the station you listen to longer.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Keep up with NOLA Public Schools through Education Elevation. Join Superintendent Dr. Avis Williams monthly as she shares district updates, celebrates schools, scholars, and more. Tune in every fourth Wednesday at 11:30 a.m.
Life moves fast, and you don't want to miss a second of it. Keep up with everything you've got going on by getting vaccinated against flu and COVID-19. By getting vaccinated, you're protecting yourself from severe symptoms and lowering your risk of ending up in the hospital. Stay healthy and be there for whatever comes your way. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon to What's Growing New Orleans, hosted by Angel Vanderpool. What's Growing New Orleans is a weekly conversation about developing and growing Black businesses throughout the region. Brought to you by the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce.
Hello, Jaguar Nation. This is Chris Powers, the voice of your Southern University Jaguars. It's time to celebrate homecoming on the Bluffs, and we want you to be a part of the action right here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. Join myself and Hall of Fame coach Pete Richardson this Saturday's homecoming game as the Jaguars battle the Alcorn State Braves. Countdown to Jaguar kickoff pregame show starts at 5:30 and kickoff begins at 6. Right here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK 1230 AM, Go, an Equity Media Station.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily express the views or opinions of Equity Media, its management, staff, or affiliates of WBOK 1230.
Good afternoon, New Orleans, and welcome to What's Growing. I'm your host, Angel Vanderpool, and this is the show where we talk about growing business, growing wealth, and growing a better Black business community. So, as usual, for those that always tune in, you know, the first thing I have to do is give thanks to New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. Why? Because we're a Black organization, membership-based, that is committed to advocating, assisting, educating, and connecting our businesses to opportunity, resources, and information. So a few things happened this week that I want to thank everyone for, at least for including us, and always keeping New Orleans Regional Black Chamber on the forefront, and that is the Super Bowl committee. We had a wonderful time this past Monday looking at the new renovations that have just been completed at the Superdome for Super Bowl and meeting with those vendors that will be participating. So just thank you to Kim Boyle, Chintzy, Mouton, and all of the Super Bowl selection committee for participating and including New Orleans minority vendors. So great time, great day, great connections. And also last night, we enjoyed a wonderful evening hearing more about New Orleans East with the Greater New Orleans Business Alliance. So that board, that committee, that organization is committed to growing and developing a very strong New Orleans East. So if you're looking to get involved in New Orleans East, wanting to purchase, wanting to put your business, it's a great place to be at this time. A lot of developments will be happening. We know that. Lincoln Beach project is moving right along. They will begin the demo for the Bayou Phoenix. So it's a great time to put a business in New Orleans East. A very strong population of residents and a strong business community. So shout out to those that participated, showed up, our elected officials, to give their voice and support to the Greater New Orleans Business Alliance. So if anyone is looking to join, you can reach out to them, or you can stop by Universal Print and reach out to the Jordans. Both Aaron and Seisha can assist with getting you registered and getting you a part of that board and committee, because a lot of great things are happening. So thank you for that. Also, just want to do a few little updates as to what we have coming up at the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We have our Wealth Building Symposium. So this is the first ever Wealth Building Symposium on how can we minimize this racial gap, financial disparity. We've got to talk about what does it take to not just create wealth, but build wealth, create it, and retain it. So we've got to have conversation, know and understand the 8 pillars, connect to those that are in various industries. And I do want to take this time for those vendors, because we always offer vendors, and I want to make sure we're including them, giving them a shout out. We have 20 vendor tables, and so far we have committed the King Law Firm with C. Hunter King Law. They're coming in from Baton Rouge to support. We have Chase Bank, of course, who's helping sponsor. We have Exquisite Realty Group. We have JE Coin. We have Intergy, which will be there to talk about updates as it relates to Intergy and our utility bills. We have Honore Consulting. Always, any event that the Chamber puts on, Malika Honore with Honore Consulting is there to educate and just keep us aware of what's going on with credit, what opportunities are coming available in New Orleans East, and just being a resource and a support for the Black Chamber. And then we have Delta Gas. So they're a new player in the city, and they'll also be by the show to let us know more about what they're offering and any updates as to who they are and how they'll fit into Louisiana. So thank you for those vendors that are coming. And if anyone is interested in being a vendor, give us a call, 504-948-0991. Vendor tables are $75. It's a great way for you to get your business known. We're really looking for those CPAs, financial consultants, advisors, insurance providers, as well as anyone in stocks. So entrepreneurs, investors, those just wanting to know, it is a free event to attend. It doesn't cost you a thing to come in and learn new information. So on that, now that and November 22nd is golf. If we have our golf players out there, male, female, come on out. It's a great day to hang out, have fun at Joe Bartholomew Golf Course. It is next month, November 22nd, but we want to make sure and ensure that you are registered to have a spot on the course. Great food, always thanks to Munch Factory. And we always have just a really cool day to hang out, connect to one another, along with our sponsor, Blue Cross Blue Shield. So please consider attending New Orleans Regional Black Chamber's 11th annual. So this is not a new event, 11th annual golf tournament. So once again, you can reach out to us to either sponsor, donate, get a whole sign, or be a player. So just a few of the events we have coming up, and we'll go more into our training after this call. So our guest today is Miss Jamira B., who is the owner of Your Favorite Creative. Jamira, how are you this morning? Well, it's afternoon.
I know. Good morning, good afternoon. How you doing? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. So tell
How
us
you doing?
about, before we get into your favorite creative, we like to know exactly who we're speaking with. So tell us about Jamira B.
Okay, so I'm Jamira Bruce. Of course, I'm here from New Orleans, Louisiana. I've been here all my life. Of course, I moved back to Houston after the storm. Me and my family relocated. I was out there for maybe about 9 years afterwards. So spent some time out there, and then I finally came back home. I actually went back, came back, and went back and came back. But now I'm kind of back settled
It's
here.
a lot of
It's the
road
kind of
travel
thing-
back and forth.
Yeah. Well, I guess I was in a space of like, you know how you hear and everybody's like, you just want a new location and I need to, redo this and redo that. And I tried that, but not really settling in and realizing that some places are more nurturing to different things than others. Some spaces are great environments for other people, but relocating for other reasons just wasn't really nurturing to the area that I was at in my life. So I had to come back again, and it was okay. I was okay with that. I think we hear a lot, you just want to be settled and move, but I'm glad I was able to do it, see it didn't work, and kind of, come back where I know where I needed to be.
Yeah, there you go. Back home in New Orleans.
Exactly.
And
yes,
that
it's
final trip brought you here to create your favorite creative.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
The name of the company, it's Moxie Vision and Co. I just like to call myself Your Favorite Creative.
Okay.
So the name of the agency is Moxie Vision and Co., which is a creative agency, and I, Jamira, just like to be, I'm your favorite creative, of course.
Okay. So tell us about the company. What exactly does it do? And what are your
Go ahead, I'm
services?
sorry.
So hello? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. No, so tell us about it.
Okay, so the agency is a creative agency where we're not a marketing agency. We're a creative agency where I elevate brands through creative direction and digital innovation. So what that basically means is that the different services, I have brand elevation, campaign creation, content creation, and overall brand management, where I like to come in as a visionary and not necessarily come up with their marketing plan for things, but come in and help businesses and brands to elevate their messaging, elevate their business through creative strategies, where it's a new product you're launching, it's an event you're doing, or if it's just your brand overall. We're trying to give different messaging. We're trying to make sure that your message aligns with your audience. We're trying to make sure that your branding is aligning with your audience and keeping that creative communication, keeping it relevant, keeping it up to date, and also make sure that it's aligned with what your business is and it's aligned with what your purpose and your vision is for your company itself.
That is really important because I think, matter of fact, I know because after COVID, we had a pivotal shift in marketing, and many companies did not go back to really rebrand and just update that they were still a resource, in the community, especially if they'd been closed during COVID, and not fully occupying. But there was a pivotal shift. So your company, obviously, this is, why it's important, is available to those particular businesses that maybe have got to rebrand and identify with the new audience, or just really re-engage with the audience that maybe they had.
Right. Yeah. That's really what it is. Because again, I'm glad you made that point, especially like with COVID, because it's definitely different. A lot of things is more digital. A lot of things is more. It's just it's a lot. And then not only with just making sure we're communicating or helping them with the language and communication digitally, but also like the feeling and the customer relation that you have, making sure that the messaging is still up to date, that you're relevant, and that, like you said, you're rebranding because of the company. Well, not necessarily rebranding as a whole, but making sure it's relevant with currency, like where we're at now. Because if you're still having the same messaging or branding or just operations and things that we were having a couple of years ago before COVID, it may be a different audience. You may need a different approach. We may need to do some strategic things to still give the same message, but also just kind of deliver it in a way that people are receiving it currently, and then like making sure that it's unique. A lot of people, it's just kind of like black and white. I can't really, I don't want to like specifically say something, but it's just like black and white. We're this company, we do this, but don't really have any personality with the audience, don't have any personality with the messages they're trying to delay, the events they're trying to promote. So just trying to come in and making sure that we're, giving, like I say, a creative, broad, bright, bold kind of way with what they're delivering.
Exactly, because I think now we do have younger markets. People are looking for interaction. I mean, I'm always on social media, and I am just that. I'm going to post, right? I'm going to go into stories. But people are really looking for more engaging, interactive, hearing the voice. And I'm like, as much as I'm on radio, that is just not me. So so knowing that a company,
a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people are like, well, I can talk, but I'm not in front. It's so many different ways that you can get in front of the camera without getting in front of the camera. It's the different ways that you can get in front of creating or branding and market, stuff like that without getting in front of it. It's just all about, again, that's what Moxie does, innovative ideas with doing it. It may be some kind of skit we can do. It may be some type of presentation. It's just a lot of different ways we can do it without you getting in front of the camera. Because more overall, a lot of companies who are less the head of the company, the CEOs are just in place, they're in the back operating things. They don't want to be, in front. Some of them do. But we come in, we have places, we have teams that we can, set up for, for those kind of things to still get the same messaging across. So it's not so much of like, you facing me and getting in front of camera, even though I fuss about that. I tell people all the time, it's not all about flyers, or messaging and messaging. People need to hear you. I want to connect with what you're saying. I want to connect with the event. I want to feel like it's mine too. That way I can feel the passion in what you're saying. I can feel the passion in you trying to promote it, or you're trying to make me come on your team. And, just different things. People, I try to get away with just telling people you can't just go out and just sell something, right? You can't just go out and say buy this ticket or book a consultation or do this. It's ways you have to engage with your audience. You have to talk to them. You have to build a customer, like an audience relationship, so they can start knowing your tone, so your audience can start gravitating towards you. Like, you don't have to go look for our market is hard if you build a strong community with the relationship you have with your audience, because they're gonna already start coming once you start nurturing them that way. And that's just one part of it. That's just you talking to them,
Right. So, okay. So tell me this now, before we go any further, tell the listening audience, how can they reach out to you? How can they follow you on social media?
Okay, so I'm on Instagram, Moxie, that's MOXIE .VISION. So Moxie.vision.
Okay, I'm going on right now, about to follow.
Moxie.vision.
There you go. All right, Lux Creative Agency, Creative Brand Strategist.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
that's
the best way to connect to you on Instagram. Do you have a phone number, email?
Yeah, so my email is yourfavoritecreative@gmail.com. My website is moxievision.com. And your favorite creative is yourfavorite@gmail. And my
Your
telephone
favorite
number,
creative at Gmail.
yeah,
Okay.
your,
Just
yep,
like it
Gmail.
sounds.
Yep, just like it sounds. It's YOUR. I know some people type, they spell your UR.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if anyone is interested in connecting, obviously the first is to give you a call, schedule some type of consultation. And what type of companies are you looking for? Who is your ideal profile business?
So my ideal profile businesses, for one, my goal is I want to work with companies as a whole, right? So I want to come in and see where is the disconnect, what's missing. I'm sorry, between the company, the brand, and with the audience, and then also what's your goal. So it can be that you're launching a new product. So if you're launching something new, and you don't know how to get the messaging out there, you're trying to, get a creative way with launching this. We have amazing creative campaigns that we come up with, whereas also if you need content creation, if you're a business owner and you're busy, you have all the restaurant, hair, just any kind of brand that needs more creative content. They don't know how to put it together. I have an amazing production team. We come in, we record the content for you, edit it. You have all the content you need, and we also come up with a creative strategy for you to know how to implement that in your marketing. We also have brand elevation, where we come in as a company, and we elevate your brand on a luxury level, as I like to say, and rebrand things. So we come in, this not working, let's redo this, let's redo that. So not necessarily new brands. Is basically my target audience is for people or brands itself that is struggling to pivot, struggling to get their messaging out there. Need creative ways to market things, need creative strategies to put them in position to where they want to be, where it's like, I want to go into more singledom. So they have but want to market themselves as a brand. They have their business, but now I want to go and, I want to market myself. So we come in and we do brand management with that also. So all of this just from, like I say, a creative approach, dynamic ideas, innovative. I guarantee everything is uniquely designed to each company we work with. It's not just like a blueprint. We use this for this company and that company. We really, really come into it. So that's why I'm really, really particular on the companies and the brands that I work with, because sometimes I'm too overexcited. I'm overinvested, and because I'm passionate about it. It's like a passion project for me, and that's why I want to connect with people that's in it, because I want to take it where you want to take it, probably even further.
Okay. So now, really quickly, or when you say you work with small business, you work with large businesses. I know ideally it's, corporate and those with, a product. But what about a small local business, maybe just starting out? Should they feel like, call, call Jamira at Moxie because I want to start off putting my brand out there
The right way, right? And I'm glad you said that. Thank you for asking, because I didn't want to make any confusion about it. So I really think that's amazing to even start there, so we can make sure you get the ball running right the first place. In the first point, before you go and you like, well, I wanted to go this way, but then I wanted to go that way. But let's get you going the way you're supposed to go. You go in with elevation, right? Because I always say we start big. We don't start small and go big. We start big and let everything come up to us. So let us make sure that you're coming in the right way. And we doing that. You're starting off right. So even if you're just starting off, we definitely small brands, big brands, all of that. It's just all about making sure that this is something that you want to do and you're fully invested in it,
Okay. And they should know that don't feel intimidated by budget.
No.
Give you a
No.
call. Of course, they get what they pay for, but
Yes.
but they should still consider giving you a call as a first option, to help them launch the product or service, because it could be either. And just putting their company out there in the public in the forefront. And I know it's intimidating, for most small businesses it is, which is why the chamber is always a resource, because we'd like to help them, with grand opening and, ribbon cutting, and who can we connect our businesses to for opportunity. But you're very right. A lot of this is perception, because people want to
Yes.
know, what is the look? Does it align? Is it giving me the right look, feel, and experience of what I'm going to pay for? So it's really great to have companies such as yourself to do that. Now, I do have another question.
Yes.
Can this just be for Louisiana, or suppose they're looking to scale, on a regional or national level? Does that make a difference in your ability?
Enlarge my territory, Lord. We everywhere.
There you go.
That's the great thing about it. I can work with, just about everywhere. I would love to, wherever it's at, come to you. But yeah, I can, wherever you're at over in the region, if you can get through the line, I can get through to you. And I do offer, if you email me, your first 15-minute consultation is free. So if you just want to, have questions about it, you want to see if it's a fit for you, or if we can even help, y'all can email me and we can schedule up a consultation. So wherever you at in the world. So to answer your question, yes, we're all over the region.
Okay, so a regional company, local to New Orleans. For those of you with products, services, looking to really scale and let the outer world know you exist, not just the local area. Or if you are local and feel like your brand isn't in the forefront, great opportunity, great resource to call and help you to put your product where it's visible and being seen and connecting to your proper audience, correct?
Correct.
All right. So they can follow you, they can connect to you. You will also be assisting the chamber. So
yeah, I just about to say they can come out and see. Go ahead, but go ahead. I'm gonna let you do the introduction.
I was going to say they can come out, connect to you. You'll be helping us with a number of events that's going on. So we should be able to connect and scale, companies and see a different experience with the chamber. So we want to make sure that, those of you want to see some of the work in action, we'll see a difference in how our messaging is connecting and resonating. So we definitely want to try out and see how that works. So one more time, how can they connect to you before we log off?
Okay, so first I just wanted to say thank you too, though, for giving. And this is a great example of opportunities that the chambers offer. I know for myself, just being transparent, we spoke before, like some business owners don't think that we have access, or we don't know. And I think this is why these spaces and places is very important to highlight and show that there's a place for you. There's a place for you, especially for businesses like me. And then also highlighting and showing what the chambers is doing for all businesses, that may not think I'm qualified, or, I don't belong, or I don't fit in there. So I want to thank you for the opportunity, for extending the opportunity, for being open to it, for even listening, and creating this space, not just even on the line, on the radio, but in the chambers itself, and being open to that, because it's needed and we need to hear it,
Yes, we need to see it, feel it, and hear it, and know that we are all connected to one another, that this is one giant eco-space of connecting Black businesses to one another, opportunities. So clients, customers, opportunities, resources, information, we want to ensure that they can all share it. We don't want to have anyone feel like they're disconnected. So on that note, just in terms of education, we do have a legal cohort which will be coming up in the upcoming weeks. Please feel free to give us a call, 948-0991. It is with an attorney, Chris Hillman, and it is the levels of your business legal needs. First week is talking about formation and structure. The second is organization and management, protection from internal risk. They go into contracts and outsourcing agreements. What does management policies and expectations look like from a legal standpoint? Operations and protections from an external risk. What are your industry regulations and compliances? Do you have the proper agreements and company policies in place? And the fourth and final week is expansion, succession, and cessation. This is a much advanced level as to how do you dissolve your company, how do you liquidate and sell if need be, how do you put those agreements in place and instruments to protect your family, for your company to grow forward. So give the Chamber a call if you're looking to participate in that training. It is free. Compliments of Louisiana Economic Development. You only have to register for SEBD. Jamira, thank you for coming on, being a guest, and for those that are willing, interested, and wanting to join and participate in any of our events, 504-948-0991. And until next week, have a great, enjoyable weekend. Hope you enjoy this beautiful weather.